Hey everybody, I am Red King from Cinema Robots, and welcome back to Space Engineers. So today is Thursday, so it is a new fantastic update day for Space Engineers. Now I have been lagging on a couple of the updates. The first one was their programmable block one, and that's because I experimented with it and tried to get it to work, and it hated me. So I decided to take the last couple updates, including this one today, and kind of do a update mashup for this specific one. So we're going to start here with the programmable blocks that I had such an issue with. So these are the programmable blocks. It is the large ship version and the small ship version. So, if you go into this block, you can see it's this programmable block right here. So what this is it has two settings. It's got edit and run. Edit here is basically you can actually put in a code now. So it performs some sort of action or does something altogether different that let's say 5 people can do. So it can randomly generate lights, coloring for lights and stuff like that. It can do all sorts of things like that. This is actually relevant to today's update as well, because as with the programmable block, they have introduced more stability to it and more complicated code that is able to be introduced into this. And the code is called C#. I have no idea how to code whatsoever, but after just seeing this, and the complicated ways they have code introduction to this, I pretty much have decided to take a coding class, because otherwise I will fall so far behind in this game. However, I do say that, but however, you do not need to be a coder in order for this game to still be good. As I understand, timer blocks are still going to be pretty good and effective. They will provide the same function that these will provide, really. But this is the small version too. I really like this. It's kind of cute. It's got the nice little keyboard and everything like that. Oh wow! Oh, there it goes. Goodbye. But it even had the QWERTY keyboard, which was really cool. It's just gonna float off into space. This is really cool in the way that it allows people to code and make up their own systems for everything, so that people who have large ships that require a 5 to 10 man crew can now crew them with like 2 or 3 people who will just hit the program buttons and go about their way. Man, that is really floating off. So we're gonna move on, and we're gonna get to the stuff about last week's. So here's the sensor. This is revisiting our old friend. I just like watching it drift because it's so casually slow. But this is our old friend sensor. And as you can see, it has all the normal stuff, all the normal setup, everything like that, till you get to the bottom here. So now you can see it has detect donor, detect friendly, detect neutral, and detect enemy. So now we'll take all this off, detect owner, and now it'll only detect me as I run up to it. We will do detect enemy. And as you can see, as I'm not an enemy, it does not detect me whatsoever. Does not put me on the sensor, which means it's really cool is now we can have sensors, actual sensor security, so that if something comes up, like an enemy shows up, then you could have it on a turret, that the sensor comes up, an enemy shows up, a turret pops up and kills somebody. That's pretty exciting, because now it gives us more, still floating off over there, it gives us more freedom with security systems and how to create them, and to be more inventive with our security. I really think that's cool. I've seen a couple videos of people who do complicated security systems that when it doesn't register them, it blows up things, or, oh my goodness, it's ridiculous. But I'm pretty excited about that, because now I can get this hangar all adjusted and set up just for that, or something else like that, like the roughneck, I could get that thrown on there. But the final thing, well, the actual update for this specific update for today's Thursday update, is antenna and broadcasting system. So we've all had the broadcasting system where you can push 0, it's O. You push O on your keyboard and it would actually take away from, it would turn your broadcasting system off so that you couldn't control drones, you couldn't be seen or anything like that. Well, there's also another function now. As you can see, there's comms. And as you look in here, you can see that Mr. Hewitt is offline. So if I were to send him a message like, hey there, as you can see, it says pending, and that's because he is offline. So he will receive that message the moment he comes on, and then it'll send it off to him and let him know that I send him a message saying, hey there. This also is the same thing as if he is 200 meters away. If he is 200 meters away, or if he's over 200 meters away, then the broadcasting system cuts out, and it will wait until he comes back within range to receive that message. However, as you can see, this antenna is on. If you have antennas like this broadcasting system extends as far out as the antenna extends out. So if we go into the antenna system, it goes out 10,000 meters. So instead of just the 200 meters, the measly 200 meters, it will actually extend out to 10,000 meters, which he will be able to pick up and respond back. And you could make huge chains of antennas to take over your broadcasting system. Just send it all out there. So it's pretty cool. There's also the broadcast general. And this just sends it to anybody and everybody who is in the world within that broadcasting system, within the broadcasting net. So anyone who is within that 10,000 meters now, because I am standing next to the antenna, is broadcasting out to 10,000 meters. And that's the other cool thing is you don't have to interact with this antenna. As long as it's owned by you and you are near it, it will broadcast your words and what you are saying. So that's pretty exciting. It kind of helps with the whole communication of the game and able to interact with people from a distance so that if you're on a random server, you can talk to those people. But thank you all for joining me on this episode. It was pretty delayed, but I was happy to be able to finally get it out and, put something out there for Space Engineers that wasn't survival, because I really enjoy that survival, but that series is going to change pretty soon. We're going to do a new format and kind of change things up, but it'll be pretty exciting. But I want to thank you all for joining me on this one. As I said, my name is Red King. I am from Send More Robots. And as always, remember who you are and what you are. Don't go causing any trouble out there in that crazy, crazy world. And always remember, gravity is crazy. Bye, guys. I remember this! He's gonna kill me!